Hi everybody, and welcome back to Intro to Engineering. So this time we're going to be talking about the VLOOKUP function. As a note, there is an HLOOKUP function too, but we're not going to go into that. So the VLOOKUP function, it's right here. Click it, it takes us to this page. Now as a note, this is one of the two things I always jokingly say are necessary to become Excel certified, like that advanced Excel certification you sometimes get in your emails about. It's honestly really VLOOKUP, filter and sort, and something called pivot tables. We don't do pivot tables in this class. I might add it in future semesters, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Okay, so the VLOOKUP function. Now what is it? What does it do? Well, let's be honest. Most data sets are huge, ginormous. They're not like two columns, 15 entries. Okay, with that, you really don't need this. It could still save you some time, but it's not necessary. I'm talking about for thousands of entries. Maybe like you have the information about every single person who's come to Disney World this year. You have their first name, last name, and what rides they went on, and how much they paid, and how much they bought at the convenience stands. You have all this information, and you're like, okay, well, I want to find one piece of information on Joe Schmidt. Okay, well, you can scroll through. Okay, let's find Joe Schmidt. I'm going to get there eventually, and nope, not there yet. I'm in the C's, the D's, the E's. Okay, I found him. And you find out actually it wasn't Joe Schmidt, it was Jane Fonda. I'm just picking out random names. And you go in like, okay, well, I have to do this again. You're scrolling, and eventually you go insane because there's too many data entries and it takes you about an hour to find one person. Now, I exaggerate somewhat. It wouldn't take you an hour to do it, but in Excel, you're trying to do things fast. It's supposed to save you time. So the VLOOKUP function can do that. What it does is it takes something you know, something that is unique about each row of data. So the row of data might include the person's name, their profession, and their favorite color. Just being silly there. And using their name, you could find out either their profession or favorite color, because their name is probably unique. If it's not unique, we'll run into that later, figure out why. And so using that thing you know and giving it some table that has all the data in it, it can find, well, what's in that column that you care about? Like what's in the favorite color column? Well, if you give it Jane Schmidt, it might jump down there and say, okay, Jane Schmidt's favorite color is green. And it'll put that out for you. It'll say green. So it's an amazing skill to gain if you can do this. It's not easy necessarily. At least to understand the beginning, but once you've gotten it, it flies. It can really make things fly. And just as a note, a lot of these things, the whole reason I'm doing Excel at the beginning of this course is because when we get to the harder physics stuff, VLOOKUP is super helpful when you're trying to make a conversion sheet. Actually, with just if statements and VLOOKUP, you can make an automated conversion sheet that automatically solves all the problems for you. You're like, how do we do that? I'm not telling you. You have to work it out on your own. I might guide you a little bit if you email me. Okay, so we're going to try doing this together. And I've given you like copious amounts of details to solve this. So let's do it. We'll do this one, and then I'm going to pause because I don't want to get too long in this video. And I'll let you do the second one on your own. So it says, start by typing equals VLOOKUP and then clear. As a note, this thing that you know, must always be in the first column of things I select. If it's not, then you have a bit of an issue. So right here you see that Claire's name is not in the first column. However, I'm looking for her favorite color, and that's in this table right here. And her name is in the first column. So we're good. And then I had a comma. So the first thing you type in there is what you know. That's the key. It's going to unlock some piece of information. Okay. The second thing is I have to select the table. So this is the correct table. I need to select everything, but not the headers. Never the table headers. You can select those. It just messes stuff up. So don't do it. Okay, I selected all. You can do shift keys if you want to, whatever. I've selected the table. So I hit comma, and I'll give it a column index number. I'm looking for her favorite color, and that's in column, well, this is kind of difficult here. You see DE. But if I count from the beginning, column 1 is first name, column 2 is last name, column 3 will be favorite color. Count from the left of your table and start at 1. So this is column 1, this is column 2, this is column 3. If that didn't make 100% sense, don't worry, there's a whole bunch of practice in this little section here. Okay, so 3. And then the last thing you type is always, 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 always false. There is something that comes when you have true, but not right now. False, false, only false. Hit enter and it says opal. Let's look. Claire Standish's favorite color is opal. Boom, it put that out for me automatically. And if I wanted to, I could change the name from Claire to Charlie, and it would pop out gold. Now it says it's wrong because I didn't program it to check and see if whatever you type in there is okay. But it worked. It worked. We were able to switch the names and it passed. Okay, so with that, you got a little bit of a taste of the VLOOKUP function. I'm not going to do the second one with you. You're going to have to do that one on your own. And I hope that this helped you. See you next time.